I like to see it like show up. That is so fun. But I see that we're live now, so right on. Thank you so much, women entrepreneurs and you bosses out there. We have Nicole Barker here. She is an amazing person, and she is going to be one of your favorite guests to have here on Coach's Corner. You guys know who I am. I'm Liberty Santiago, certified Proctor Gallagher Institute business consultant, mindset trainer, manifestation coach. And I attract really rad people. That's one of my superpowers. And I connected with Nicole, and you guys are about to see how amazing she is, because she is, I'm going to get her to say some pretty cool things. If you listen in and if you are taking notes, you are going to come out ahead today. So Nicole, take it away. Introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you do?
Hey guys, I'm Nicole Barker. I'm your client attraction Wonder Woman. And my whole shtick here is attraction marketing in a way that feels really good to you. Instead of following bullshit templates and doing the copy and paste thing, you get to do your business how you want to do your business and still have it be fulfilling and successful at the same time, right? That's the whole reason that we started this whole entrepreneur thing. So we can do what we want.
Hell yeah. I love that. That's so good. So Nicole, what did you do before you became a client attraction specialist?
Boss people around mostly. I've been in the consulting field for 10 years, belly to belly, mostly in the hospitality industry, which is one of the most difficult industries to consult in, where all your clients are drunk and unhappy. It's so much easier now. But yeah, I've been a bar consultant for over a decade, and prior to that, a badass bartender doing all the things, international cocktail competitions and all the things that, traveling around the world doing the fun stuff. And before that, I was a cheerleader and bossing my little brother around. It was coaching from the start. Somebody asked me the other day, I was like, when did you become a coach? I was like, well, my brother was born 14 months after me. So that's pretty much when it started. He's doing very well, by the way.
That's really good to hear. So your very first client is your brother, and he has a ROI value of
right? He's killing it. He's killing it.
He's killing it. That's so good. And you're always there by his side. So I'm sure that just makes it even better. Tell me how long you've been doing this coaching that you're doing now, the client attraction specialist.
So I started Client Attraction Secrets for Wonder Women on March 25th. So this is my 8th month in the online coaching industry as we know it.
So for anybody who's not paying attention, for the people in the back, Nicole started her coaching business after the pandemic, the lockdown. That's what happened.
Yeah, I wasn't even like that. I mean, not to be insensitive, but wasn't really even in my energetic field. It's something that, like, for me, it didn't have a lot of impact on my business. I was doing online digital marketing stuff, Facebook ads for small business owners prior to the pandemic, back in November last year. And so that's kind of how I fell into it. And the online thing was just coincidental with the rest of that.
Yeah, but I think it's important that we highlight this, because some people are like, they're just excuses. Let's be totally honest. It doesn't matter.
I can't because there's a pandemic.
Right. I can't because my boyfriend said no, or I can't because I don't have money, or I can't because I don't have the time. All that boils down to is excuse after excuse. But you didn't allow anything to really interfere with your success, and that is how people get successful. So we can measure success with money. So I know people love to hear about it, and you got some of it. Can you tell us how much you have successfully earned in this pandemic?
Yeah. I want to follow up with that a little bit, because you guys, the I can't and then ... whatever follows for you after your excuse, the one after that is because I don't want to. I can't because my boyfriend says no because I don't want to. I can't because there's a pandemic because I don't want to. So whatever middle section you have chosen for yourself today, the real reason that you don't do something is because you don't want to. The end. There is nothing else, literally nothing else. So get that into your head and it'll help you make better decisions in your life. A little honesty. Guys, throughout this entire pandemic, okay, back when I started my business on March 25th, I actually didn't make my first sale until May, late April, early May. And I have made $278,000 in that time. I have closed $83,000 in the last 20 days.
That's dope. And I want to point out something that, I follow you. People who are smart and want to get ahead follow people who are doing what you want to be doing. So I follow you and I love your energy and I love what you have to say. And you inspire me every single day. I'm totally going to be honest with you. So if you guys want to be inspired, if you guys want to do the real deal, if you guys really want to, attract success in your life, start taking freaking notes from Miss Nicole. Okay. But this here is what I want to really talk about, which is like, what if this excuse that you're saying to yourself that you can't be a successful coach is around the fact that you say, I am too afraid to ask for money. Nicole asks for money on direct message. You cannot do that. And today I just closed my very first direct message sale. And here's my concept. It was only for $25, but listen. If I can make $1, I can make $1 million. If I can make $25, I can make 25 million. So this is like, yes, happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, talk to us about that. Like, give us more.
Closing in the DMs is my shtick. And this is actually something that developed out of a limiting belief. If you don't know about limiting beliefs, the thing about limiting beliefs is that we have this thing that we keep saying, well, we have to shift them. We have to change them. We have to get rid of our blocks. We have to cut cords and all of this stuff, right? But here's the cold, hard truth, guys. Limiting beliefs, they're insight. They're little breadcrumbs. They're trigger points that show us the path that we need to go on. When we hit that limiting belief, it gives us an untapped revenue stream behind it. So when you invite the limiting belief, you get to come up with solutions, being solution oriented, which leads to more money, more success, more fulfillment, more happiness, right? So when we find that limiting belief, we get to celebrate. And for me, my limiting belief was I can't close on a sales call. And so for the first couple months of my business, I did not close on sales calls because I was legit terrified of them. I went 13-0, bam, 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 failing them left and right, crying on the calls, doing the whole damn thing. It was very stressful for me. And so instead of saying I can't be a successful coach because of sales calls and I can't close on a sales call, I came up with a different way of closing. And so I started closing the DMs and on live pitches direct through my sales funnel. And once funny thing happens, right? Once you have some success, you get around the corner, you have your first $25 sale in your DMs, you realize that money is money and money is energy. And it doesn't matter how many zeros are on the end, whatever. If you can close $25, you can go to 25,000, doesn't matter. As long as you're providing that value, who cares how we get to it, right? And so for me, when I closed in the DMs, it was like, oh, I can do this. And then I started building, not confidence, okay? Confidence is a symptom. Okay, I started building self-assurance. And when I started to build self-assurance and I could really feel it inside of me, well, then it just didn't matter. Then I could close on a sales call. I can close, in a box with a fox, Dr. Seuss it up on a train, in a plane, whatever you want. I can close in a handstand because closing is not about your methodology. It is about your methodology between yourself and your higher self, and building that self-assurance to know that when you sell somebody into your program, product, service, whatever it is, you are really doing them a solid, right? Yeah. If I have your solution, if you have a pain point that you're over there suffering in, and I have this solution over here, I'm an asshole to not sell that to you. I'm helping you to help yourself. And once I started to really get my head around that with some success and a lot of mindset work, right? Then it was like, closing is just the beginning of your sales process. That's
Right.
it. We have so much pressure on like how to close in the DMs or how to close on a sales call or how to close on a pitch. But really the truth is that a close is it's a misnomer, right? We're not closing anything. We're opening the door to our service. And so you start thinking about it that way, just open the door for your client, right? Wouldn't you do that if you were walking into a building? You'd reach out and open someone's door for them. That's what closing is.
Yeah. So if you guys are paying attention, you should be getting an immediate breakthrough right now. An immediate aha moment should be flashing through the screen of your mind. You should be like, yes, this is Christmas right here. Nicole never, ever fails to bring the value, and she always is giving. She's always in service. And let's talk really quick about your upcoming shindig.
Well, thank you for that, Liberty. And I don't do things the way other people do things ever. Mostly because I don't like to be bored. I'm the kind of person that likes to have entertainment in my life. I don't like to follow the beaten path. I like to create my own. So my events are a little out of whack because they're fun for me, and that's what I like to do. So we're coming off the vampire pony party that we did for Halloween. And we are doing an elf pony party because Elf is my favorite part. That movie is my favorite part of the holidays. It's the thing that I want the most is hot chocolate and Elf. And so I am doing an Elf pony party because everything has to be pony in my life because I'm My Little Pony obsessed and all about the unicorns. It's been a lifelong problem, really. So we're gonna do the Elf pony party, and these events come out of my group, and they are on a Zoom, and they are not recorded, and they are not on the replay. So you got to come and do the fun thing with it. But this one, I'm going to be breaking down my secret sauce for how I hit my $1 million mark. Because you guys know if you make $83,000 in 1 month, right, that puts you on track for 7 figures. So having made $83,000 in my 8th month of online coaching, I'm going to spill the beans on my one big secret for that, because you guys, like I've have lots of different strategies, lots of different mindset work, all of the actionable steps to get there. But there is one contributing factor that really has made a huge difference in my business that took me out of that kind of smaller bubble where we're in the, 10K, 20K, 30K, and pushed it up to that next level. So I'm going to be breaking down that training for you. And all of my workshops are very hands-on. Like I like you to do the work and hang out and leave with something in your hand. So we're going to be breaking.
I went to the vampire pony party, and I was literally floored with how much there's just a surplus of nuggets, like literally so many nuggets. I just went around with my happy little pail and filled my pail up with happy little golden nuggets. And I am now cashing in on those happy little golden nuggets. So I have to give you credit, because I'm like, dude, yes, there's one thing that I've been doing that I don't really truly love, and it's the live launch method. And that's where you go live in your Facebook group and train for 5 days in a row for half an hour or an hour. And to me, that blows. Why does it blow? It blows because it's endless, right? It's like exhausting energy. And because we are energy, and I'm not saying that I don't love what I do, but in the regular scheme of things, I am not training every single day, right? So why the hell am I going to do that? And I'm also talking to nobody on the other side. I can't see anybody. So I like to do like a webinar style. So, I was like, if I'm in the spirit of doing what the fuck I want, then I'm going to do what the fuck I want. And I totally just I just mind blown the whole group and said, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to do a Zoom, and you're going to get on the Zoom if you want the masterclass freaking information, because that is what works, is the engagement. You can't engage from the other side like that. And I get that people like to do that and everything, and that works. And I've gotten clients that way too, but I hated the whole process. And I want to love my life, Nicole. And you've inspired me to love my life and love my business. So thank you for that. And gosh, I think it's hilarious too how you say like show your full butthole. So tell us about that. What does that even mean? Like I get it, but I want other people to understand.
You get to love your business, okay? Which also means that you get to say things in like email sequences that you get to headline with "You bet your butthole." It's been my biggest percentage of opens, right? Everybody opens an email that says "You bet your butthole" on it. They're not always happy about it, but they do open it. Yeah, I think it's so important to kind of reflect into that piece of like the reason that we became entrepreneurs, right, is to not live that 9 to 5 where we have to do it one way or another. If you don't want to do live launches on a 5-day challenge profile like everybody else, then fucking don't do it. You get to do it the way that you want. And let me tell you the secret here, you guys. When you like it, it works better. I like getting on lives and saying "You bet your butthole" because it's funny to me. My fiance and I have a running bet here that when I hit $100,000 in 1 month, that he has to show me his butthole. He's been very protective of his butthole, which I know, for some of us, some of us are more protective of our buttholes than others. But he's been very protective of his, and I was like, dude, you're giving up the goods. That's what's going to happen. And so what that kind of turned into is this a little bit of a butthole battle cry that you get to be your true self, as in you get to tell the shitty parts too, right? Not just pretending, not just going in there and saying everything is sunshine all the time, letting your dogs bark on lives. It's part of life, right? Like this is how we do things. And it's a damn crime that there's coaches out there thinking and like suffering through the fact that they feel like they have to be perfect all the time, or they feel like that if they're not perfect, people won't buy from them.
Yeah.
The opposite, right? Like if you are perfect, because you're not, okay? If you're perfect, then you're lying, right? Does that build no like and trust? Hell no, it doesn't. So when you show your full butthole, you guys have been to a strip club, right? when you guys go to a strip club, like there's the one girl that will show everything, right?
Well, I guess I gotta go to the
That's the best
stripper.
That's the best stripper on the stage right there. Is the full butthole girl, right? Everybody loves the full butthole girl. And that's no different in your business. When you can be true and authentic, then there's nothing left to hide, and you don't have to be scared of the unknown, because that's so much of it, right? Is like putting yourself out there, the vulnerability, the visibility. But if you put it out there on your own terms, it's not as scary anymore, because you said the scariest thing in the room, and there's nothing anybody can say about me that I haven't already said about myself. So have at it, bitches.
I love that. That's so good. And I think honestly, like your energy and just like you said, being real is what has really given you so many clients. And I think it's beautiful and wonderful. And it's funny because I'll listen to your videos and my family's like, who is that? Why is she cussing so much? It's like, it's obsessive. It's excessive. Why? And I'm like, I love it.
Yeah, you either love it or you hate it. That's for sure. But I like to work with people that appreciate my sailor mouth, and I like to work with people who don't need to take themselves so seriously, because just like you get to choose how you want to do your pitches, I get to choose what clients I work with. And if I'm not into your shit, I don't want to work with you. And that's cool, right? Like no hard feelings. I'll recommend you down the line. But part of my business structure now in not working with bar owners is that I get to choose my clients. And once I started to realize that, it was like, well, I get to dial in the messaging that attracts people that think I'm funny. And if you don't think I'm funny, well, fuck off.
Yeah, I'm totally with that. And, it's like, it's the double-edged sword that is the best, right? You're slicing through the ones that are going to be a pain in the ass anyways, right?
For real.
That shit. Because as a coach, there are people who literally drive you fucking crazy and are up your ass, don't want to do what you say, and are like, well, why isn't anything changing?
Because you're not doing anything different.
You're not listening. I mean, that's what it comes down to. And, you know, that's what I say to a lot of my clients too, is, are you ready to be guided? Because I'm an alpha and I attract alphas, and alphas have to understand that they have to fucking listen.
That's it.
Because I have coaches and they have strong personalities and they've told me the same fucking thing. You can't be right now. And I'm like, ooh.
Arrow
Okay.
in the chest.
All right, you're right. Dang it. But like, that was like my syndrome for a long time, is like, I wanted to be right. Like, I knew I was right and all the things, but it doesn't really matter. Like, I was suffering myself and suffering relationships all over that stupid idea that I had to be right. I had to be in charge. But that comes, you know, that gets way deep, like, you know, being in an environment where you feel that you have to be independent. That comes from past things. You know, I was a single mom, starting out at 18 years old, man. So it's like, you do the damn thing. And yes, it taught me a lot of great shit. And now my 18-year-old learned to not be pregnant and to get a job and to do cool shit. And I'm like, dude, I see you doing cool shit. Like, that is awesome. And I get to be a young mom. So it has so many blessings to it. So that's what I get to learn in my own shit. So yeah.
I think you and I share that affinity for being right, for sure. And a couple years back, I kind of realized this in my life, that being right was not making me happy. I was in fact right, but I was not happy. And so I made a very poignant mindset shift where I flipped that around, where I made the decision, right? Because I wanted to. I made the decision that it was more important. I was going to prioritize happiness over being right. And when I did that, everything in my life changed, because it could not, because just like you, it was such a core foundational belief, where I needed to be independent. I'm a young mom too. My kid's 15. So, you know, a couple years behind, but I got pregnant when I was 19. So, you know, having to be fiercely independent, and live through some pretty gnarly shit, it serves you, right? It limits you in one way because it's terrifying. And when you tell people those stories, they're like this, but it serves you because it shows a different level of strength, and then being able to also learn how to release that strength, and which of course is more strength in itself, is being able to create reciprocal energy relationships in your life, with your partners, with your clients, with other people, of not having to be right and allowing yourself to be happy first and right second.
Exactly. Well, it's people like you that go out ahead and see the things that are working and then share it. Because as you say, with this reciprocal energy, you learn, and it can't stop there. We have to share it. And you are so generous with all your sharing. And if you guys are watching, I put the link in for her pony party event, the Elf Pony Party. And I believe that's free. So you have zero excuses unless the end of the sentence is, I don't want to. And then she's also created 100 wonderful ways that you can be a Wonder Woman. And I've linked that for you as well. You guys can see why I wanted Nicole to be here on Coach's Corner, because she's just so refreshing and amazing. And I hope that you truly find the value in what she has to offer and go and follow her. And then also, I want to let you know that I only broke away from what I was doing for very special people, which was Nicole today. But what's going on behind the scenes right now is a virtual summit, Bob Proctor Summit. It's a 3-day seminar. And this guy is golden, man. He has so many amazing things going on. He's created something called MSI Connect, and it's a networking platform where you can go and share your services, and other people can collaborate with you, invest in you and your business ideas. And you get to learn all about that in the 3-day summit, plus become a member for 14 days for only $14. So if you don't want to level up, then that's what your deal is, because money can't be an issue there. $14. Get in on that. I've linked that for you. And then I've also given you a link, All Things Liberty. I have a ton of offers going on right now. And I don't have the limiting belief that you're going to be confused. You're smart. You can figure it out. There's a lot of cool shit happening, and there's an offer for everyone. I don't serve everyone, but there is a menu for everyone, right? So
you can order the steak, but you might get the chicken.
You can order the steak, but maybe somebody else is going to give it to you. Awesome. Well, one thing that I pride myself with this vodcast series is that I keep it straight at 30 minutes. So I'll give you the last minute, Nicole. What is your battle cry out there to the people watching?
I am a Wonder Woman. Guys, come join the group. Come play in the group. It's a lot of fun. We have all sorts of shenanigans going in there, and it's unicorn client attraction secrets for high vibe Wonder Women. And yes, some people have hated on the name, but you know, until you have haters, you haven't really made it yet. So that's how it all works out, right? Thanks so much for having me on today, Liberty. A blast. As always, love your energy, love your vibe. And it's so great to be in those attractive paths, right? Where we get to hang out with people that we actually want to hang out with.
I know, it's dope. It's so dope. And you know what? The timing worked out perfectly because we're on a break right now for the virtual summit. And I was like, dude, this is so aligned. Are you kidding me? I'm not going to miss a moment. All right. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.